is Christopher Dalla Riva. I work for Audiomack. We're a music streaming service. I'm a senior product manager. I focus specifically on the good stuff, data analytics, and personalization. So today we're going to talk about getting you to your next favorite song. Let's see how this works. There we go. So we are an on-demand streaming platform. That means you come into our app, you click a song, it starts playing. You don't necessarily have to start a radio station to do that. And our goal is to connect artists at all points of their journey with new fans. So that means the kid who's uploading their first beat from their bedroom to the biggest artists in the world, your Drakes and your Doja Cats. We have two apps. We have first a listener app. We have tens of millions of users on this app throughout the world. And again, we allow for on-demand and offline streaming. On-demand is, again, you click a song, it starts playing, you hear it. Offline is we temporarily save it to your device, and you can listen without data. Again, our curation is both human curation and algorithmic curation, and we have basically all of the music that you could ask for. But our big thing is that we are a very artist-focused platform. We have an artist app. You can upload directly from our artist app, which is a very popular function. And again, you can also upload directly from our website. But the nice thing is we don't monetize at all on the artist side. And this is something that's really important to us because we want artists to be able to monetize their content and enjoy tons of free features. For example, artists on Audiomack can message all of their followers. They get advanced stats. They get shareable assets with all of their uploads. Every time you reach a milestone, say a certain number of plays, we send you a little asset that you can share on social media. And we do all this for free for artists because we want to be the first place an artist comes when they upload up to the point that they have fans and they have a music career. But today we are going to focus on listeners and what I call the problem of endless choice. Streaming services onboard hundreds of thousands of uploads every single week. And people know what they like, but they can be paralyzed in terms of finding what they want to listen to next. There are almost too many songs out there, and there's so much great music. So we need to help you find that right from the beginning. So Audiomack, a couple years ago, we had a very homogenous user base. They were young, they were American city dwellers, and they were lovers of hip hop. So it was very, very easy for us to curate music for them. Just put the hottest new hip hop on the main page. Boom, these people come into the app. They don't even have to create an account. They can start listening, and they would stick around. They would eventually create an account. Many of them would start subscribing. So it was a pretty easy problem. But then we had an issue, probably the best issue that you can have. We grew way too fast, and it wasn't just in this core user group of young American city dwellers. It was all over the world. Now we have millions of users throughout Africa, Latin America, and Europe. And the problem is that people in all of these different places like different music. So a one-size-fits-all curatorial approach no longer works. So what we are going to talk about today, and it's a perfect segue from our last section, is how we have tried to solve the cold start problem. Of course, there is no permanent solution to the cold start problem. You're always iterating. And for our case, we want to talk about why forcing account creation was able to help us alleviate this issue. So first, it is a big problem if a user doesn't have an account. Again, years ago, our strategy was no friction. You come into our app, you don't have to create an account, you can just start listening. And this was, again, easy because our users were very homogenous. We could show them, we knew exactly what they were going to be looking for, but this became a problem as our user base became incredibly diverse because there is limited space on your front page. If you are a rock fan and we are putting the hottest new Afrobeat songs in front of you, you're immediately going to feel like this app is not for me. Additionally, without an account, users cannot build a library, and that's the number one way we get users to stick around. They start saving music. Once you have a library, that's where you're going to come every day to listen. So this made us rethink onboarding and made us realize that there is good friction that you can introduce into your app. So I'm going to show you, this is our current onboarding flow. So that's something we're continuing to iterate on. But again, we went from frictionless, you download the app, you're in, you can play music, to a good deal of friction. And what we found was very positive. First, we show you what is the Audiomack app, what do you get from us? You can download music offline, you can make playlists. We give you our core features up front. After that, you're going to create your account. You can do it with email or one of 4 social options, which is Google, Apple, Twitter, or Facebook. And you'll notice the screen on the left. If you're typing in your email, we pop up popular domains on top because, again, there is good friction. There's also bad friction. We know when people are typing on keyboards, they are very quick to leave. They're very quick to get frustrated. So anything we can do to get you past this screen as quickly as possible is important to us. After that, you got to make a password. And again, we try to make this as painless as possible. Email entry and password entry are the two most painful steps in our experience of any onboarding process, but we show you little checks as you meet the password requirements. After that, we collect very basic demographic information. And again, the thing is, again, there's good friction and there's bad friction. On these demographic pages, we've been able to eliminate bad friction, which previously you would have to click into a field and then start scrolling to say find your age. Now on this screen, you can just immediately start scrolling. To provide your gender for us, we have a couple options here. And again, you don't have to click into a list. You can just see the options right away and move on. We get people through these two screens very quickly. After that, we are a music app, so you can tell us your favorite genres, or you can tell us you don't like any of them. That would be tough for us. Most of the time, people do select a couple genres, and immediately after that, we upsell you to our premium tier. This is something that we started doing recently. We used to think, you know what, no friction. We don't have to show users that they can pay immediately. But what we found is that some users would never end up reaching our paywall. So by showing them the paywall up front, while you're using our app, you always know, oh, I can get rid of these pesky ads. I can get new features if I pay. So what I'm going to show you is that from this, again, good friction process, we know a few things about our users now. We know their age, we know their gender, we know a couple of their favorite genres, and via your IP, you don't tell us directly, we sort of know your location. From that information, we can personalize your app experience from the outset, and I'm going to show you how we personalize each tab of our app. First, our Discover page, and by tabs, if you look across the bottom there, those are the 5 tabs I'm going to go through. First, if you look along the top, there are genre pills. If you click one of those, it's going to filter the page just to that genre. We sort those based on the genres you tell us up front. Below that, there are algorithmic song recommendations, and again, those are powered by what you tell us. If we know you are a rock music fan from Central Florida, we're going to find other people who fit that demographic cohort, look at what they're listening to, and serve that up to you immediately. People really enjoy these recommendations. Below that, we have some popular playlists in your area. Again, for this example, I was onboarding in the US, so we can serve up playlists that are popular in the US. Now onto the playlist tab where you get more playlists. Again, a continued theme is across the top, there's consistency with these different genre pills, and we sort those based on what you tell us during onboarding. We again can show you playlists that are popular in your area. And then there's this verified series of playlists. This is just the hottest new music in basically every genre. Previously, we would just put these in alphabetical order, but once we started this onboarding process, we could reorder these so that the genres that you picked come up first. Again, in this example, I picked pop and rock as my favorite genres. Those are the 2 playlists that you're going to see here. So again, through these first 2 tabs, it's very clear that we have some of the content that you are looking for. After that, I'm going to take you to search. This is, of course, where you can search for music, but we also store our charts here, popular song and album charts. Again, you're going to see a flag in the corner. I did this in the US, so these are American charts. If you click that, you can look at the charts of any country on earth. And again, you're going to continue to see these genre pills. In this example, I selected electronic and Latin. If I were to click either of those charts would filter to those specific genres. But people do often come here to search, not just to look at popular songs. If you click into that search bar, we're also focusing on personalization. These are suggested searches, again, powered by what we know about you during the onboarding process. These are very popular with new users. We find that 20 to 30% of first searches come from these suggestions. So again, users know what they want, but they sometimes need a nudge in a certain direction, especially in the music sphere, because there is just so much music out there that people need a little help to know what you have and what they can find. After that, we're going to take you to our feed tab. This is where all new uploads from people you follow appear. We also send a push notification every time an artist you follow uploads, but this is of course useless if you don't follow any artists. So we are going to prompt you to follow a popular artist. These are artists, again, informed by what you have told us during the onboarding process. You follow a couple, you press create feed, and suddenly now this tab of the app is working for you too. The last thing we have is your library. This is the one thing that is not personalized from the outset, but it's where your music is going to be saved. So ultimately, this will become the most personal part of the app. But because you don't have any music saved yet, we just tell you, we give you a little tooltip. Hey, this is This is where your music is going to live. So with a little bit of information collected during the onboarding process, we've been able to personalize the entire app for a new user. And of course, as a person moves along, they start listening to music. You might tell us, oh, I like electronic music, and then you spend the next 30 days just listening to Afro beats. Then we're going to start personalizing the app for you based on what your actual listening behavior tells us. So what's the point of all of this? Of course, I can tell you personalization is great, but what have been the effects that we've seen at Audiomack? First, increase new user retention. You come into the app for the first time, and again, you feel like this is for me. They have the music that I want. And that's what we want every user to feel like. We want, because we are available all over the world, we need to be in touch with all these local music cultures. Second, paid subscriber growth. Audiomack has a paid subscription tier, though we are a freemium platform. And like I said, we show that premium screen at the end of our onboarding process. So every new user that comes into our app knows that they can pay to get rid of ads, to unlock new features. This is something that, again, we were weary of, but it has led to dramatic increase in our paid subscribers. And thirdly, as I said up front, Audiomack is an artist-focused platform. We want to be the first place that a new artist uploads, and we want to be with you through that journey as you become more and more popular and grow a fan base. Personalization allows us to bring more artists to more fans. If we had a static homepage, there is technically unlimited space, but there is limited space on what you can see as soon as you open the app. Of course, you could scroll forever, but with personalization, that main page can look different for every single user. And because of that, it helps more artists win and it makes more users happy. So this is how Audiomack has addressed the cold start problem so far. Again, like I said, I don't think there's any permanent solution to the cold start problem. We're always iterating. We're always trying to find new ways to get users into our app and find them their next favorite song. You should check out our app today. We're available on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We also have a website, audiomack.com. Again, my name is Dalla Riva. I work specifically on analytics and personalization. And if you have any questions, definitely come up and ask me after. It's been a pleasure meeting all of you today. Thank you.